This is the Sales Babble Podcast, episode 519. You can't win them all.
Welcome to Sales Babble, the podcast that shares selling secrets for non-sellers. And now your host, Pat Helmers.
Hello, Sales Babblers. This is Pat Helmers, and this is the podcast where we talk about Taoism and how it applies to sales. And today I want to talk about deals that you want so bad that you just can't quit them. You've got this deal that you put so much time into it, yet you know in your heart it's just really not going anywhere, but it's too hard to stop. It's too hard to quit. And you need to move on, but you don't move on. What's it going to take for you to come to this realization and cut your losses? That's what we're going to talk about today, how to stop wasting time on deals that are never going to close and instead move them and put your energy to opportunities where you'll actually get a return on investment. Once we come to the realization that we can't win them all, then you'll be free to pursue a deal that you can win. But before we start, make sure and subscribe to the podcast on whatever the app that you're listening to right now, and also follow us on Facebook, X, and myself on LinkedIn. You'll be able to find the links in the show notes. And so, with no further ado, let's get to it. And now today's chapter. Some deals close, some not. Some clients are loyal, some not. Some problems solvable, some not. Despite tenacity and persistence, you can't win them all. Why waste time grieving the lost? Another opportunity awaits. And now today's story. Pat and Chris met for a mid-year performance review. It had been a busy year, and Chris had done some very good work. Part of the process included reviewing the year's pipeline. The review included deals won and lost opportunities too. Chris took responsibility for the losses. Too much responsibility, thought Pat. I just don't get it, Chris started. Look at the ADC deal. I thought for sure they would close. And how about our Max LLC client? I can't believe they left us. We've bent over backwards for them, time and time again. I don't know what to say. Pat leaned in. You spent a lot of time trying to get them back, didn't you? I did. Maybe too much? Probably. Pat nodded. It's disappointing, and it's baffling. But if I've learned anything, no deal is for certain, and no client remains loyal forever. Our clients are things we can have, but not hold. We have to expect a certain amount of loss, and when that happens, pivot our energy. There's always something new around the corner. Let's work on that. Lao Tzu wrote, "The stiff and unbending is the disciple of death. The gentle and yielding is the disciple of life." Thus, any army without flexibility never wins a battle. A tree that is unbending is easily broken. End quote. Now, it's been said that winners never quit and quitters never win, but what about those who never quit and never win? This is insanity, according to Einstein, doing the same thing over and over, only to get the same results. Persistence is all well and good, but sometimes the best thing is to cut your losses and move on to the next opportunity. The tree that bends in the wind survives the storm. Now, to download a copy of this week's chapter of the Tao of Sales Babble, you can find it in the show notes at salesbabble.com. And while you're there, you can sign up for our brief weekly newsletter with links to the podcast sent conveniently in your inbox. And it's fun. And every week, somebody's signing up. Hey, I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Next, if you could do me a favor and share this episode with a friend who's also interested in growing their selling skills, please do. And if you have any questions about sales, please reach out. Find me on LinkedIn or click on the Babble Me link on the website. Sales is one of my favorite topics. With that said, I'd just like to take a moment and thank you for all your support and thank you for listening to this podcast. It's great to know that I'm helping your business and making your life a little bit better, because I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you. Well, that's all I have for today. Until next Tuesday, take care and have a highly successful and a profitable selling day.
Thank you for listening to the Sales Babble podcast. Find us at www.salesbabble.com.
This is a production of Habanero Media.